أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين. We thank Allah for giving us the opportunity to commence this year Islamic training program from Friday the 24th of December 2021. And Alhamdulillah, we are getting to the final session of 28th edition of Islamic training program. On behalf of my brothers in Nigeria and across the globe listening to the broadcast of the live Islamic training program, I thank Allah for the gift of life and for the gift of sound health and for the fact that we started it and we are wrapping up. We pray to Allah to accept it from each and every one of us as that of Ibadah. So this is the closing session. We will keep the closing session commencement with the congregational recitation of Surah Al-Fatiha. So I want you to join me in reciting Surah Al-Fatiha. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyaka na'abdu wa iyaka nasta'in. Idina Surat al-Mustaqim. Surat al-Ladina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim wa lad-dallin. At the studio here, as you can see on your screen, we have brought to you the big fish of the humor. I have to introduce to you one of my favorite guests, a scholar, a mentor, and a father to many of us. He's no other person than Al-Hajj Engineer Abdulgani Atitebi, who happens to be the second Amir, the Amir Thani of the Muslim Congress worldwide. Ya Sheikh, Ahlan wa Sahlan wa Marhaba.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I also have with me to join this closing session the Noble Amir Dawa Affairs of the Muslim Congress, Al-Hajj Sheikh Al-Hafiz Al-Qur'an Imam Sharifuddin Ibrahim.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I also have the singular honor and privilege to invite and introduce to you our brother, our father, the NG room of the Congress, the Secretary General of the Congress, Al-Hajj Engineer Hassan Adeshina.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, we thank Allah for having this August guest at this December Islamic training program. May Allah accept it from all of us as act of Ibadah. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìṣe wa, a bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ ìkíni káàbọ̀. That is the opening remark from the Secretary General of the Muslim Congress, Al-Hajj Hassan Adeshina.
Thank you, my brother.
The closing remark. Okay. Closing remark.
My brother said opening remarks, but he actually meant closing remarks because we are having the closing session. So we thank Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for keeping us till date. Alhamdulillah. So the planning committee started work a long time ago. You know, how do we handle this? Is COVID-19 going to, subside, or is it still going to persist? You know, it was difficult to take a decision. You know, the government did not stop their the embargo on large gathering. You know, so it was difficult. But we just felt that, with Allah guiding us, we should still plan for a virtual edition this year. That let us see what happens. And as we can all see, there was a Delta variant, later there was Omicron variant, and now everybody is still, afraid. So and that's made it justifiable that this virtual edition is still part of the new norm. So alhamdulillah that we were rightly guided, and so it's a way of coping with the times. So may Allah continue to guide us and lead us aright. So now the program started on the 24th. We had morning bells, evening bells. You know, the 25th again. We invited a series of scholars, some within the Congress, some from other Islamic organizations. We are all brothers, and even the focus, of this year's, ITP, the theme, restoration of national values, our collective responsibility. So obviously, Yorubas will say "Ìrọ̀rùn igi ni ìrọ̀rùn ẹyẹ," and so what concerns the issue of peace, the issue of peaceful coexistence is not what anybody can just brush aside. Anybody that thinks he can do that does so at his own peril, So the Igbo will say "Ebebelu." That's they'll say let the eagle perch, and they'll say let the there's another bird again, perch. Like anyone that says the other one should not perch, may the wings be clipped. It simply means live and let's live. So you want to live, let others also live. So, and that is the spirit of peaceful coexistence. But then, like we have all heard from 24th till date, we all know that Nigerian people, used to have very good values, hardworking, not lazy, truthful, not indulging in falsehood, having the spirit of helping others. Unlike these days where somebody will be having a challenge, and instead of coming to his aid, somebody just holding a camera, to view it, instead of coming to the person's aid, and rescuing the person. So the values have really, been eroded, and just like we had over all the throughout all the lectures, all of us are responsible. You cannot say it's the Yorubas that are responsible. You cannot say it's only the Igbos. You cannot say it's all the tribes we are all responsible. And you can also not say it's one political party. You cannot pinpoint. You cannot put an accusation figure, point an accusation figure of PDP. You cannot point it at APC, NPP, any party. All the political players are guilty. All our leaders are guilty. All the followers are guilty. We are all at fault. So nobody should, point an accusative finger at anybody. So, but the solution is everybody should, reflect. Do I really want peace? How will I ensure that this peace does not become another thing in my own hands? So that is the essence of all the lectures we have been listening to, and we'll be happy if everybody, all of us, tries to put into practice everything that we have had so far. That's what will justify the whole of this program. We should not just listen to it for the fun of it. That is our prayers. That is what we are appealing, all of us. So ní ṣókí nǹkan tí à ń gbìyànjú láti sọ ni pé a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run Ọba tí ó jẹ́ kó ṣeé ṣe fún wa láti ṣe ìpàgọ́ ti ọdún yìí, bó lè jẹ́ pé a sì tí ì rí àyè kójọpọ̀ náà gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ṣe máa ń ṣe látẹ̀yìnwá. Ìgbà tí àwọn ìgbìmọ̀ tí a kójọ pé kí wọ́n ṣe ètò, ìgbà tí wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́, ó mú wá lómi láti ìfẹnukò sí pé báwo la fẹ́ ṣe virtual kí alágbéléwò bá ṣe ni a ṣe fẹ́ ṣe ni, àbí ká péjọ bá ṣe fẹ́ ṣe tí ó máa jẹ́ kó dùn kó láàrin ni. Ṣùgbọ́n COVID-19 tí Ọlọ́run bá tó ṣàdánwò gbogbo káàkiri àgbáyé bó ṣe wá ńlá sí àwọn òṣùwọ̀n máa kásẹ̀ ńlẹ̀ àbí kò ní kásẹ̀ ńlẹ̀ àgbàtà ní ẹ bá yẹ ká tanra wa jẹ ọ̀yẹ́ ká ṣe. Ìjọba gan ò tí ì gbé òfin kúrò lórí pé káwọn èèyàn kan máa kójọ, so ẹ yẹ ká ṣe ní alágbéléwò báyìí. So àdẹ̀wá rí pé ó tọ̀nà pé nǹkan tá a ṣe yẹn ìpanupọ̀ wa yẹn ó ṣe gẹ́gẹ́ pẹ̀lú bí ọlọ́ọ̀bá pé ó ṣe yẹ kí nǹkan rí nítorí pé wọ́n sọ pé delta variant kan wà wọ́n lé ó tún lé ó burú wọ́n ti rí solution sí o ó dáwọ́ tún ní omicron virus ẹ̀bẹ̀ àkọ́túndé ìyẹn tún lé o so ìyẹn ni pé ó dábàá ṣe ra ṣe yìí tí oníkálùkù wà nílé ẹ̀ àwọn tó ṣe náà ṣe viewing center àwọn náà wọ́n ṣe pẹ̀lú pé wọ́n observe covid-19 protocol láàrin ara wọn ó ládùn ó láàrin àdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run fún yẹn ṣùgbọ́n táwọn sọ ni pé kókó ìtaṣe lọ́dún yìí òun náà ní pé bí gbogbo àwọn ìdápadà oríṣiríṣi àwọn ìwà ọmọlúàbí tí a ti rí pé ó ti ń sọnù tẹ́bàdẹ̀ wò láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀pẹ̀ níjẹta tó fi di etí agbọ́tàn yìí ọ̀rọ̀ bí ìlú ṣe máa dùn tó máa láàrin náà ni à ń bá káàkiri èèyàn kan lè hùwà kò kàn mí wípé ilé ẹ̀sọ́ yẹn kò kàn mí torí nǹkan tá a mọ̀ nípa gbogbo bí Nàìjíríà fi bá ṣe tẹ̀tẹ̀lẹ̀ ní àwọn ìgbà kan sẹ́yìn ni pé a jẹ́ olódodo gẹ́gẹ́ bí àpapọ̀ ogun aráàlú a jẹ́ olódodo ẹ̀ tó ń sòótọ́ a jẹ́ àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n kaṣẹ́ kún tí wọ́n máa sọ pé iṣẹ́ ni oògùn ṣẹ́ múra iṣẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi gbogbo àwọn kan wọ̀nyí a jẹ́ tí ó fẹ́ràn ẹ̀kọ́ a jẹ́ tó fẹ́ràn pé ká kọ́ ọmọ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lé pé Yorùbá ní ọmọ yóò ṣàgbàpọ̀ ó ń káṣọ wálé ẹrójú ilé ẹ̀mú gbogbo aládùúgbò náà máa panupọ̀ bá ọmọ wí ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo eléyìí ó ti dìkan tí àmọ̀ṣẹ́ ọ̀làjú náà fẹ́ sọ pé ó fa ni àbí báwo jẹ́ pé èèyàn máa ṣèkọ́ tí ò dá onítọ́jú bá ṣe pé ẹ káfí wọn ni àwọn èèyàn tí wọn bìkítà mọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ wá polúkúmuṣu àwọn èèyàn lọ ṣèdánwò àwọn òbí tó yẹ kí wọ́n mójútó bó ṣe kàwé lé àwọn náà máa bá wá bó ṣe máa lo ọgbọ́n àlùmọ̀kọ́rọ́ yìí ọmọ àlọ́ máa ṣe ìwà a máa kó wálé lọ́nà tí ò tọ́ àwọn òbí ò ní béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé báwo ló ṣe so a lè máa bá lọ báyìí òun ló fa ilé ìtawà ṣe yìí ó ní ìgbàlá ìpè ní contribution tiwa sí ìdàgbàsókè ìlú èyí tó máa jẹ́ kí inú wa dùn ni pé kí gbogbo àwọn aṣáá ní àǹfààní àti gbọ́ kínní ká má kàn gbọ́ pé a jẹ́ sára lásán ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ ká fi ṣe wà wọ̀ ká polongo ẹ̀ sára ká má kàn sí pé kòkàn mi ò tó bá wí sí wa ní ilé tó ṣe wí so ilé ni òní àtàfẹ́ bára wa sọ àdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ náà pé ó bá wa ṣe dé ìtàdé àdìtúgbà aládùá àṣìládùá pé kó yẹ ká ṣe ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ẹ̀ wá sí gbígbọ́ kò ń ṣe nǹkan tá à ń ṣe ní ọdọọdún nìkan àjọ mùsùlùmí á gbé kalẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ní kókàlùkù wá àyè ní mọ́ṣáláṣí ládùúgbò ẹ̀ ìbò náà ti ń ṣe tẹ́síkíà tó nọ́ọ̀sì lọ́sọ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ ìbò ni wọ́n ti ń ṣe wá síta gbangba lóṣooṣù gbogbo àwọn ọkọ̀ wọ̀nyí a ní bùkátà sí torí onígbàgbé náà ẹ̀dá èèyàn ọkàn wa ara ó máa ń fẹ́ nǹkan tí bí ìgbádùn bí nǹkan tí ò ta ṣùgbọ́n tá a bá ti ń gbọ́ wà sí i torí àwọn ọgbà tí ọlọ́jọ́ máa dé sọ kí gbogbo aka gbìyànjú bá ṣe gbọ́ yìí ẹ jẹ́ kí a fi wà tẹ́gbọ́n wa tó fi next year báyìí a tún ti máa jẹ́ better person ju báyìí lọ so gbogbo àwọn tí ó gba kó dá sí ó ní 500 naira ó ní 1000 ó ní 2000 ààrẹ tó fi 1 million naira dá sí o ó kálukú ọlọ́run mọ gbogbo yìí àjẹmọ́ adarí gbogbo wa àdé láwọn tí wọ́n ń ṣe ìpolówó ọjà náà gbogbo ní ọlọ́kan ọjọ́ kan jẹ́ pé kí ètò yìí kó lè bọ́ sí ṣíṣe kó jẹ́ àṣeyọrí ọlọ́ọ̀ba kó bá a san gbogbo yín lẹ́san gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń fi ohun ránṣẹ́ sí wa náà tẹ́ ń dá sí gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ọlọ́ọ̀ba á bá a ṣe dáadáa fún gbogbo wa tò eléyìí ni ọ̀rọ̀ tí a fẹ́ fi kíra wa pé ó tún di ọdún tó ń bọ̀ lágbára Ọlọ́run kó tó di pé àwọn bàbá wa àwọn àfáà wa kó tó di pé wọ́n tún gbalẹ̀ nù àwọn tó ń sọ ètò dáa jù bẹ́ẹ̀.
Now, wa alaikum salam. Thank you very much, the Secretary General of the Muslim Congress. I appreciate you fún that opening remark. Ó dẹ̀ summarize gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tí a ti ṣe kọ́lọ́n tó gba níbàdàn. Tó kàn sí náà ni pé a fẹ́ gbọ́ feedback láti ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn ọmọ ìyá tí wọ́n ń wò láti lé àbí láti free centers. Àwọn tá a bá ní nǹkan tá a fẹ́ sọ, maybe you have comments, you can raise your hand, your e-hand on the Zoom platform. And if you are from the Facebook platform, you can equally send your message. Likewise on YouTube, let's have your message. So on Zoom, we have Alhaji Subei, Alhaji Sumonu. So can we have the technical crew on mute, Alhaji Sumonu, We want you to share with us your thoughts and your take home from this year's ITP, and of course advice for the organizers if we have any. So let's take that one before we move to our father engineer Abdeli Atitede. So can we unmute Alhaji Sumanu? So Alhaji Sumanu, you can talk and let us see your face. You can put on your video, let's see you. Ẹ lè sọ Yorùbá, ẹ lè sọ Ìgbò, gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ló bára mu. Wọ́n yìí tẹ́ bá gbọ́ Ìgbò gan ẹ lè sọ. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Eshegun, Jazakumullahu khairan for that advice. Do you have one more person? TMC Ilefe. Ẹ bá mute TMC Ilefe. Ká tún take here before we move. Okay, just like the Secretary General said, I want to also to the line to appreciate our donors, and I can tell you for free that people are still donating. You too, that money in your pocket that you want to donate on your account, don't keep it. Whatever you do for this year's ITP, you have done it. The reward is with Allah, so you can still make your donation. Our Senate Bank account has been displayed. You see it. You can send your money. No amount is too small to contribute on the path of Allah. May Allah accept it from us. So Alhaji Ilefe Hearing Center. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ẹ dárúkọ yín fún wa, then àwọn ẹ̀kọ́ take home lesson nínú ITP ọdún yìí àti advice yín fún organizers. Ẹ bá wa ṣí òfin center yín. Àmín. Jazakumullahu khair. Àti note advice yín kọ́lọ̀ kó gbà ní bàdà lọ́wọ́. So inshallah, without taking much of our time, let me shift the microphone to our father, Al-Hajj Engineer Abdulgani Ibn Sadiq Atitebi, the Amir Thani of the Muslim Congress, to give us goodwill message. Bismillah.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. الحمد لله رب العالمين اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for making it possible for this year's ITP virtual in nature coming up like this, and we could see it's a great success. All those things discussed there actually is an improvement on the past, on what we have experienced in the past. And like someone suggested now, inshallah, we will keep on improving. I really appreciate you people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put the responsibility on their shoulders. May Allah accept it from you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to broaden your horizon and give you more ideas, because ideas towards success is from Allah. As a matter of advice, including me myself and everybody who happens to have one thing to do, one thing or the other to do with TMC, we must know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has established TMC as an organization among the Muslim Ummah, within the Muslim Ummah, to make reawakening. What we are discussing today concerning national value, there is no way we are going to come about it except that there will be a group of people that will demonstrate it in their character, in their ways of life and everything, and then will invite others to it. That is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلْتَكُمْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنكَرِ. Let there arise among you a group of people that will do it. It's a collective leadership. After the depart of the Prophet ﷺ, leading humanity becomes a collective leadership. And this is what, alhamdulillah, Allah has used TMC for. Alhamdulillah, we are on air now. You see, the ulama, the scholars, and people in charge of activities have done their own responsibility. They have awakened us. وَمَا عَلَيْنَا إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ. That is exactly the thing. They have delivered. For us now who have listened, and we so much understand, we can listen and hear the comments of the people. It means they have passed the message. We have to do it. To change Nigeria is not going to be done by angels. It's not going to be done by the jinns. If jinns are going to do anything, they will have to only support the effort of the Muslims, or the effort of human beings. Muslims are the people Allah has designed to change humanity. To change Nigeria is on the shoulders of the Muslims. TMC is in the front. And we so have the design that will make us do it. We have done it in the past. We were setting pace. We can still do it. We are on air now. As we are talking, everybody is listening to us and they are hearing us. One thing majorly I want to call us to is that we do not leave the grassroots. Our physical interaction with people is diminishing. We need to go back. Our tazkiyah centers have to be revived and become more active. Our different activities, mosque to mosque dawah, home to house dawah, market dawah, everything we have to revive them. Yet we must not leave what we have achieved on the air, because it's very, very important to change the people, to make this national, what do we call it? It's not by talk. It's not a talk show. We have to go back to the people. We have to interact with them. That Islam with us that we have had, we have been reminded, we have to use it with the people, and that is when we will have something to say with Allah. Our ulama, they have done their own best. They have reminded us. Let's go back. It is to you and to me as well. We must do it. I am not, excluded from this. Because it's Amir Thani, he doesn't need to go to Tazkiyah Center. He's out of it. Everybody must be back on the field. that is where we can really impact on the people. Assalamu alaikum. Okay. All we have been saying is that Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ó ní pé apẹ́ni fọ́lọ́run ohun tí Ọlọ́run ti ní kí ìpàgọ́ tọdún yìí kó wáyé kó dẹ̀ lọ. Ẹni tó bá dẹ̀ tẹ̀lé gbogbo ohun tí wọ́n ń ṣe á rí pé Ọlọ́run jẹ́ ká rí ṣe ní àṣeyanjú. Ṣùgbọ́n ní ṣókí ibẹ̀ ni pé alágẹmọ ti bímọ ẹ̀ àìmọ́ jó ó kù sọ́wọ́ alágẹmọ fún rẹ̀. Àwọn àfáà ti ṣe ohun tó yẹ kán ṣe. Àwọn elétò nídìí kíní yìí secretary general àti crew wọn ti ṣe ohun tó yẹ kán ṣe. Àwa tá a gbọ́ ó ti di nǹkan sí wa lọ́wọ́. Ọlọ́mọdé ò jẹ́ láburú fún wa. Ohun tí ó jẹ́ àkọlé tọdún yìí òun náà ni wípé a fẹ́ tún lù ṣe ní ṣókí. Àwa náà rí pé gbogbo nǹkan ti polúkúmuṣu, nǹkan ti doríkodò. Kò dẹ̀ ń rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Ohun tó bá wà lọ́kàn ọmọ ènìyàn ló fi ń hùwà. Nígbà tí èèyàn bá gbà wípé nínú ọkàn ẹ̀ pé bí ń pa òun ni ó jẹ́ kó rìn láti lọ wá oúnjẹ. Ìwà tá à ń hù nílùú lónìí tó wà lọ́kàn wa ni. Kò sí bá ṣe yí padà àfi láti bi wípé káwọn kan dìde bọ́lọ́wọ́n bá ṣe sọ kí wọ́n wá fi hàn wá nínú ìṣe nínú ọ̀rọ̀ àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ báwo la ṣe ṣe tọrọ wọn fi yí padà. Bí ìlú bá lólórí ìlú ò dá olórí ìlú yẹn ò wá látàdọ̀ àwọn màláíkà àárín àwọn èèyàn náà ni bá a bá fàtúnṣe àfi ká túnra wa ṣe ká tún ọkàn wa ṣe. Òfin wà ń bẹ àmúlò má gbà one way. Gbogbo èyí tí secretary general kà fún alẹ́ kan oríṣiríṣi àwọn nǹkan wà ń bẹ ṣùgbọ́n à ń ṣe àwọn ọ̀bàjẹ́ yẹn nítorí pé ọkàn wa ni ò dáa. Tá a bá rí túnṣe yóò dáa. Ọlọ́run wá gbé TMC kalẹ̀ nínú àwọn àkójọ Islam tó já sí pé Ọlọ́run ní kó rí dáadáa ṣe in the past ó dẹ̀ ṣe lọ́wọ́. Àfi ká wá gbìyànjú ká rí ṣe ká túbọ̀ múra sí fún àpẹẹrẹ gbogbo àwọn ibìjókòó ọ̀sẹ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ wa tá a ti ń kọ́ra wa lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tá a ti ń fi dáadáa mọ́ra wa a gbọ́dọ̀ túbọ̀ múra sí wọn. Àwọn ètò wa à ń lọ mọ́sálásí lọ tún mọ́sálásí ṣe à ń lọ ṣe wáàsí à ń lọ sọ́jà inú mọ́tò gbogbo àwọn nǹkan wọ̀nyí àfi ká padà sí díẹ̀. A lè wà lórí afẹ́fẹ́ ń tòótọ́ a gbọ́dọ̀ jùlẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n eléyìí ká padà síbẹ̀. Ó bá mi wí ó bẹ́yìn tẹ́ ń gbọ́ mi náà wí gbogbo wa pátápátá torí pọ́lọ́wọ́ ó padà bí wa. فلنسألن الذين أرسل إليهم ولنسألن المرسلين. Ọlọ́run láwọn tá a ránṣẹ́ sí á bi wọ́n àwọn tá a ránṣẹ́ náà á bi wọ́n ṣùgbọ́n nígbà táwọn bí ń lọ ó ní mo jíṣẹ́ fún yín ó sì béèrè ṣé mo jíṣẹ́. Gbogbo wa la sọ pé ó jíṣẹ́. Gbogbo àwọn tó wà nígbà náà ilé ayé náà ń jẹ́rìí sí lónìí pé ó jíṣẹ́. Àwọn àfáà náà ti jíṣẹ́ lónìí. Ẹ jẹ́ ká mú lò ká padà ẹ má jẹ́ àṣègbéraga àfẹ́ báwọn èèyàn lò. Ẹ jẹ́ á bá wọn lò pẹ̀lú dáadáa ká padà sílé ká rò pọ̀ báwọn èèyàn ká fi dáadáa mọ̀ wọ́n. Eléyìí ni tí wọ́n nídìí lọ́dọ̀ wa ìyẹn ló lè mú àyípadà wá kọ́lọ́wọ́n bá kó jẹ́ ó ṣeéṣe fún wa. Wasalaamu alaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ẹ ṣeun bàbá kọ́lọ́wọ́ wa àlékẹ́lá kó bá lọ́ra ẹ̀mí kọ́lọ́ sì jẹ́ kí àárín pẹ́. Tí a bá wo ọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n bá wa sọ wọ́n ti sọ fún wa expectation àwọn elétò lọ́dọ̀ gbogbo wa wọ́n sì tún appreciate wa lórí ìgbìyànjú wa kọ́lọ́ tó má ṣàgbá ní wàhálà wa. Briefly wọ́n fi tó mi létí pé àwọn ará Ìbàdàn wọ́n fẹ́ bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ so a gbé gbòǹgbò lọ sí Ìbàdàn ní Akínyẹlé viewing center. Ẹ bá wa meet wọn ní Akínyẹlé viewing center. Wọ́n sọ fún wa kí ni take home lesson wọn nínú ìpàgọ́ ọdún yìí restoration of national values and collective responsibility ní ṣókí àti àmọ̀ràn tí wọ́n ní fún àwọn elétò kó tó di pé àwa ka àwọn tó gbígbá orókè káṣẹ̀ tó wá lọ sọ́dọ̀ àwọn bàbá wa Naibul Amir Dawa Affairs láti dúpẹ́ fún wa àti kásẹ̀ gbogbo ètò lẹ́kọ́ lọ́n kó gbà ní Ìbàdàn lọ. Akínyẹlé ẹ̀hàn ní ti máìkì yín kẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ sókè kẹ́ wá sí kámẹ́rà yín ká lè rí viewing center yín. Ó yẹ sọ̀rọ̀ á ti rí yín o. Okay, wa alaikum salam. Jazakumullahu khair. Àwọn nada wọ́n ti gbọ́ question yín, wọ́n á sì fèsì sí pẹ̀lú sùúrù inshallah kó tó di pé a kú omi báyìí. A fẹ́ fi àsìkò yìí tún appreciate gbogbo àwa ọmọ ìyá tí a náwó lórí Zoom platform wípé a fẹ́ béèrè ṣùgbọ́n àsìkò bá wa ṣọ̀rẹ́ eléyìí náà ni a fi ṣe ìparí ìbéèrè. So lábẹ́ eléyìí mo fẹ́ pé viewing center tó gbégbá orókè tá bá rántí ńgbà tá bẹ̀rẹ̀ a ní pé kí àwọn viewing center kó sẹ́ndì orúkọ viewing center wọn àti àwọn èèyàn tó wà ní viewing center wọn àti àwọn ìgbìyànjú tí wọ́n ṣe púpọ̀ náà àwọn ìgbìyànjú yẹn náà wọ́n ti sẹ́ndì ẹ̀ sórí àwọn platform wa bíi the managers and so on àti rí wọn so àti wá foríkorí àti wò sọ́tún àwò sósì àti wá mú viewing center tí ó gbégbá orókè a fẹ́ fojú wọn gbogbo àgbáńláyé kí wọ́n lè rí àwọn olùgbìyànjú nínú àwọn ọmọ ìyá tí wọ́n ń ṣe dáadáa torí pé gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ̀kọ́ tí àwọn àfáà wa kọ́ wa wọ́n wà ń kalẹ̀ náà ní pé tó bá ṣe dáadáa ẹ jẹ́ akíbò sí ẹ̀ka yìí gbọ́ ẹ tó bá dẹ̀ ṣe ìdókù náà ká pa ọ́pọ̀ ká bá wí kọ́nà ń kú bá wa sọ yín lẹ́sàn dáadáa. Viewing center tó gbégbá orókè àwọn náà ní alágbàdo viewing center ní àgbàdo òkè odò LCDA ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó ẹ jẹ́ agbọ́lọ́ ń tóbi fún wọn. So viewing center náà afẹ́kẹ́ ṣí kámẹ́rà yín fún gbogbo àgbáláyé everybody rí yín as the best viewing center of the 28th edition of Islamic training program, and this honoring you is not just for people to see you. We have a plan to give you a cash reward. So I will now invite the chairman of the National Islamic Training Program, who is behind the camera, to come forward and talk to the mic, to the audience to see. And of course, I want to invite the Wali of Lagos to also come forward to the point of the camera. So the Wali of Lagos will receive the award, while the chairman of National Islamic Training Program will present the award to the winner of the Best Training Center of 28th Islamic Training Program. So I hereby invite the chairman, 28th edition of National Islamic Training Program, Al-Hajj Engineer Abdul Hakim. Al-Hajj Tamplana Abdul Hakim Alugo. Alan wasala wa marhaba. That is the chairman o. Àwọn tí wọ́n wà ní ẹ̀yìn kámẹ́rà nìyẹn tí gbogbo ẹbí tó ń dún lọ sókè tó ń bọ̀. So kọ́lọ̀ ọba àríkẹ́lá kó wá ṣàgbá ilé tí wọ́n ṣe náà ní Ìbàdàn lọ. I also invite the Wali of Lagos, who is also a member of the committee. He has been behind the screen. Wọ́n ti ń ṣe oríṣiríṣi àwọn ètò. Àwọn ni wọ́n gba prize náà on behalf of Alágbàdo branch. Alágbàdo viewing center, Àgbàdo Òkè Odò LCDA, Lagos State. Kebirullah, ẹ̀yin ará Alágbàdo Wali to represent yín o.
Alhamdulillah, it is just a token. It's only Allah that can reward everybody for his efforts. In as much as we appreciate Allah and also the contribution of in as much as we appreciate Allah and the contribution of everybody, the ingenuity put forth by the various viewing center this year actually beat our imagination. The enthusiasm and the spirit of brotherhood and that sacrifice put in place were really amazing. So, and the creativity. We even had ITP Zobo. What's the name?
Assorted
Zobo. Ajoke Zobo. Yes. With and face mask. Branded.
Done by this Alagbado.
But the same Alagbado. So I think the Ajoke Zobo came from Mushi. Yes. You know, it shows that Nigerians, we have potentials. We have that ideas. We have that spirit of creativity, which of course, we are so amazed within those short days. People could come out with something very, very unique. And that is the essence of this program and the team itself, which is those values that made Nigeria excel. We want to return them so that, we don't have to say we want to go out for stuff. In those days, other countries used to come to Nigeria. When I entered university in the late 90s, in the late 80s, we had lecturers who were foreigners, Europeans, in Ife and others, high caliber universities like that, who were our teachers. So what happened? So we have to go back to that root. Let's go back to that, the blessings, the skills Allah has given us, natural as Nigerians. So we could do better. And of course, starting from the leadership to everybody, the Christians, the Muslims, let's work together. And I'm so sorry that I'm taking long with this small speech, but in the planning of this program, we invited even non-Muslim, particularly the Christian, some of the Christian clerics, but most of them, they gave the reasons that this program will fall within the period of their festivity, which of course we couldn't help. But of course, that is to show that we really want that cooperation. Our forefathers, the Ahmadu Bellos, the Awolowos, they were of different cultural and religious backgrounds, and they worked together to, put the country on a very high pedestal. So we should try as much as possible to bring back that glory and, make Nigeria great. So that is actually the spirit of bringing this together. And so on that basis, we want to really appreciate the Alagbado View Center. There's a token to, show that gratitude and appreciation. It is only Allah that can reward us. So in view of that, we are presenting 10,000 naira. It's a token actually. But Allah accept it as an act of ibadah. So and that is to encourage others to do more. Like we said, it is when we say Jazakallah Khaira, that the reward Allah is going to give you is far more than what can be imagined. So don't look at that token that's just 10,000 naira. For all of you who have participated in making that place a convenient and suitable place for others to convert, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will surely reward you with something that you have never imagined, both in this world and hereafter. So Awali, we thank you very much, and we appreciate your leadership skills and guidance. So we pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to assist the Alagbado Viewing Center, all those who have put it together, and all of us generally. So Jazakallah khair.
On behalf of Alagbado Viewing Center in Agbado Okeodo, SCDA of Lagos State, I thank and appreciate you and the rest of the organizers of the program for demonstrating one of the values we are calling to, the national values that we are calling to, which is the appreciation of performance, good performance. So we thank you very much for that. We say Jazakumullahu Khaira. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Chairman, there is one more thing before you leave.
Okay.
So we have a brother who happens to be the best participant because he was very, very attentive. Okay. When a question was posed, he gave correct answer at the right time. Okay. So I will want to reward that brother.
Yes. Alhamdulillah.
So before that, sir, I want to quickly, something is trending. I want to quickly also emphasize it, as Chairman has done, that it was Mushi that did Subu. Yes, Chairman has said it, but it seems some of us have not gotten it. So it wasn't Alagbado that did Subu. Mushi was very creative, they did Subu. We recognize that. But as far as branded Subu,
yes,
so
with
we have
the logo of the team and
the team. Yes, that is a very good innovation. We appreciate it. May Allah accept it from Mushi as out of the brother. So the brother's name, I want to call the brother, and I want to also implore the brother to please open his video so that everybody worldwide could see him that he is one of the best participants at this 20th edition of Islamic training program. This other person that Malam Hassan Fasasi from Ajeromi Ifeloju local government, Lagos State. So, Chairman, ever present the
Alhamdulillah.
But Hassan, please, on your video, video so that people can see you all over the world.
Coincidentally, Hassan Fasasi is a well-known brother. Of course, it's not because of that we are giving him this, because I wasn't even part of the, the question and answer session. So, but I want to attest to the fact that he's been a very, very consistent and dedicated brother. Even at his place of work, they entrusted him with, very, very high responsibility. That is to tell you the kind of character he's made of. And like again, I want to say that this is one of the things we want to bring out in this program that we have planned. Let everybody be dedicated. Let everybody be consistent. Let everybody show that high sense of responsibility. Nobody expected it. We just, after the session, we just asked questions on, I think it was on the NRA, National Reputation Agency. So the questions, the presentation of the Director General of the Lagos Director. Yes, and of course, we could see that the team and everything is in line with the, the vision of the nation at present to, recreate, regenerate, reinvigorate us to, to be better citizens. So on that note, I want to appreciate Alhaji Hassan Fasasi. Is he not here? But the Wali we also okay, the Wali we also so we are giving Alhaji Hassan Fasasi a token of 5,000 naira. To appreciate his contribution. So Wali is in your state. Lagos is the center of excellence. So and so well, we are not too surprised that today on this edition Lagos has kind of taking all the prizes. But we hope other states will do better. We strive also to be victorious next time. The thing is that it's not as if we planned this reward, but along the line we just feel we are so overwhelmed by the creativity, the enthusiasm the participants showed towards this program. So that was why we also out of our own ingenuity, brought out this to show appreciation and encourage us to do more. So on behalf of the AMIL and the organizing committee, we are presenting as a Fasasi the token of 5,000 naira.
Alhamdulillah, Jazakumullah khairan. On behalf of
Hassan, please show your face.
I appreciate you and the rest of the organizers of the program, and I pray Almighty Allah to reward you accordingly. And I want to advise that Brother Fasasi keeps it up. Do not relent and let other people emulate. May Almighty Allah be with us.
So thank you very much, Chairman, for helping us to present the prize. May Allah accept it as that of brother from each and every one of us. I equally want to appreciate some of us as we announce that we still need your donation. Just immediately after the announcement, we received some alert of deposit into our account. We want you to keep this up because what we are organizing, we need the fund to actually sustain this program. I also want to implore you to keep engaging with us on our social media platform, the Facebook, the YouTube, the Tweet. We are all there. All the sessions of this 28th edition of NITP will be posted live. Like it, and of course share it with people so that we can spread the good message of the restoration of national values, our collective responsibility. Allah accept it from us as out of the brother. Now I will hand over the mic to the Honorable Amir Dawa Affairs, who is going to answer some questions and of course make some clarification and of course give us a comprehensive dua that we use to wrap up the 28th edition of National Islamic Training Program.
We thank Allah once again, having come this far. We beseech Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept all this accumulated effort as act of ibadah, put it in the scale of our good deeds, starting from the organizers, the participants, those in the diasporas, our invited guests, lecturers, our scholars, facilitators who have made our day through their presence and their intellectual prowess displayed has actually given what we have planned this year a meaningful success. You see that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept it as act of ibadah. On that note, the question was earlier on asked, and I think that question was very an intellectual question and is most appreciated, even though we might not have enough time to dissect what that amiable brother has asked from Oyo State, I guess, from Ibadan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala akiyele reward you and the entire members over there and all Muslims at large. Basically, the import of the question is basically so basically the question is on all the lectures, how do we rebrand Nigeria? What is the practical way, the practical step of all these good things that we have talked about? So how do we practically have it on, a living manifestation in our lives, on our streets, in our homes, in the nation at large? How does it become a reality? Yes, between you and I, the Muslim Congress, we are a DA organization. We are an organization of advocacy. We are an organization that is committed, dedicated to advocacy, Islamic advocacy. So that is our core competence, and that is our own contribution, as mentioned by the Secretary General earlier on, and that's our focus. No, nothing less, nothing more. And with that, we have had interaction with you, with people in your own environment, and we are passing out this message. So, and from our own understanding as well, Allah will never change a people until they change what is in their mind. This is one of the cardinal verse of the Quran upon which we are mounting our effort upon. That people need to change their mind. The hearts need to change. People need to turn out a new leaf, and in that area, advocacy is the key, content required in that area. So that's why Allah, the Prophet ﷺ said, "Balighani walau ayah." Convey my message, even if it's a word, even if it's a message. So, and our understanding is, it's not until you become a PhD holder that you will have the ability to spread the message of Allah. Continue to spread the message of Allah, continue learning, continue developing, and that is what is called quality in industry. That is what is called quality assurance in industry. And that is some of the areas that the Muslim Congress has basically pitched our tent. So the answer is this: we are embarking on advocacy, and we are not ending it here. It's a continuous endeavor, continuous engagement. We continue to the continuous reformation. We continue to dole out this message so that people become reformed. And in the content of our lecture, the other stakeholders are there. We cannot do it alone. So we have the leaders, we have the politicians, we have the teachers, we have the academia, we have the professionals. Everyone has to come on board so that we can have the Nigeria of our dream, so that we can have the desired reality that we hope for. On advocacy, we stand in the Muslim Congress. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala assist each and every one of us, bless you, the questioner, and bless each and every one of us. Ní ṣókí, ìbéèrè táwọn ọmọ ìyá wa tí wọ́n béèrè ní ìlú Ìbàdàn ní ṣókí náà ni pé gbogbo àwọn àsìta àti gbọ́ yìí, báwo la ṣe sọ di ìmúṣẹ nínú ìlú, nínú àwọn ilé lọ́ọ̀dẹ̀ ní gbogbo ayé tí ó fi di òdòdó tó ní kálukú wá nílẹ̀ ìfòlè ilé rẹ̀ tó láǹfààní láti já tí ò ní di tó jìnà sí wa. ìdáhùn wa náà ni pé ní ṣókí nínú nǹkan tá a rí gẹ́gẹ́ bí ojúṣe tó ṣe gbòógì láti jẹ́ kékeré ní ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ òun náà ni láti máa kéde láti máa polongo iṣẹ́ ìkéde iṣẹ́ ìpolongo ó ní the Muslim Congress gbà à ń pè ní dawa organization àjọ ẹgbẹ́ ìsìláàmù tó ń pèpè sójú ọ̀nà tọ́lọ́mba so iṣẹ́ ìmáa polongo ẹ̀ máa pèpè yẹn ó ní the Muslim Congress láti mú látara ayé ọlọ́run látara ọ̀rọ̀ ànábì Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam ó ní ẹ mú ọ̀rọ̀ mi dé tí gbọ́ àwọn èèyàn kódà bó ṣe gbólóhùn kan àwa gbà pé olùgbà tí wọn bá mọ gbogbo ìmọ̀ ilé ayé ìtàn kó tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní pèpè sójú ọ̀nà tọ́lọ́mba ní díẹ̀ díẹ̀ ní kọ̀ọ̀kan tí àwọn èèyàn ti ń pè ìpolongo ẹ̀ tó fi kárí ayé ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì kí wọ́n ṣojúṣe àwa nìkan gbogbo wa pátápátá la lójúṣe wọ́n ti sọ náà wá sí wa àwọn afáà tí wọ́n wà ń kalẹ̀ ń bí wa yìí àwọn mẹ́rù fani àwọn náà sọ ní ọ̀rọ̀ wọn lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn Secretary General náà ti sọ gbogbo ojúṣe ìjọba ń bẹ ń bẹ ojúṣe àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ láwọn universities ó ń bẹ ń bẹ ojúṣe àwọn teacher lọ́wọ́ lẹ́yìnkùlélé wọn ń bẹ ń bẹ ojúṣe àwọn òbí ń bẹ ń bẹ ojúṣe àwọn olóṣèlú ojúṣe àwọn ọ̀mọ̀wé ojúṣe àwọn oníṣẹ́ gbogbo apátápátá la lójúṣe tó ní kálukú bá ti ń ṣojúṣe wa èyí tá à ń sọ yẹn á máa rẹ̀ so ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ níbi pé ká pa àwọn ìsákèésì iṣẹ́ ká pa àwọn ìsákèésì ládìmú abẹ́lọ́mọ̀ balẹ̀kẹ́lá kó mú iṣẹ́ náà dógóńgó ọkọ̀ àwọn èèyàn kọ́lọ́mọ̀ balẹ̀kẹ́lá kó jẹ́ kó lápárí àyípadà tá à ń sọ kọ́lọ́mọ̀ balẹ̀kẹ́lá kó sọ́dẹ̀ múṣẹ́ abẹ́lọ́mọ̀ balẹ̀kẹ́lá kó wá fi àlùbáríkà sí ó wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ lórí àjọ the Muslim Congress TMC tó fẹ́ kárí gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ Islam wọ́n pọ̀ tá a lè máa dárúkọ MSS ń bẹ ń bẹ Nasfat ń bẹ ń bẹ Kọ̀ríbù ń bẹ ń bẹ Ansarudin ń bẹ ń bẹ Nawarudin ń bẹ ń bẹ wọ́n pọ̀ gbogbo àwọn èyí tí gbogbo ẹ̀ náà dó lórí náà nìpe ìmọ̀ àbùsójú ọ̀tọ̀lọ́mba abẹ́lọ́mba ẹ̀lẹ́kẹ́lá kó mú àlùbáríkà kárí gbogbo àwọn ẹgbẹ́ Islam kó fún gbogbo wọn gbogbo apáwọ́ta kó fún wa ní àṣeyọrí kó fún wa ní ìyege ní gbogbo àwọn ibi tó ní kálukú wá dìrì tó gbogbo àwọn ò lè ṣe tán ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan oníkálukú wá di àyè tiẹ̀ kọ́lọ́mba ẹ̀lẹ́kẹ́lá wọ́n ṣàfẹ́ àlùbáríkà sí kọ́lọ́m kó wá gbà kó wá jẹ́ kárí ìmúṣẹ yẹn ní ọ̀dẹ̀ àwa mùsùlùmí tí ó tàn sínú àwùjọ wa tí ó fi wá kárí orílẹ̀-èdè wa tí ó máa lapa lára àwọn olóṣèlú wa tí ó máa lapa lára àwọn aṣáájú wa tí ó máa lapa lára ẹnìkọ̀ọ̀kan wa abẹ́lọ́mọ balẹ̀kẹ́lá lọ́mọdé wa lágbàá wa ọlọ́mọ balẹ̀kẹ́lá kó jogún àlùbáríkà tó péye fún mi ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀ tó péye lórílẹ̀‐èdè wa Nàìjíríà torí tí ìdìbà onílùú òní fẹ́ ó tú lọ́dọ̀ ìwọ́n ní onílùú òní fẹ́ ó tú àwa lá ní ìlú wa ń ta ìlú bihazel balad ìlú orílẹ̀‐èdè wa ti wá ní ààfẹ́ ó tú ààfẹ́ ó bàjẹ́ bánẹbí náà ṣe dúró tí Mọ́kà ò bàjẹ́ tí Mẹdínà ò bàjẹ́ abẹ́lọ́mọ balẹ̀kẹ́lá Nàìjíríà Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ ó bàjẹ́ o Nàìjíríà Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ ó bàjẹ́ gbogbo mọ̀húrú lọ́tún ló sì yé àmọ̀ yìí pé fúngbà díẹ̀ ní pẹ̀lú ògbọ́ Ọlọ́run bá á di ohun ìgbàgbé láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà gbogbo àwọn tó sì ń bẹ ń di ìbàjẹ́ kábẹ́lọ́mọ balẹ̀kẹ́lá àkọ́kọ́ kọ́lọ́mọ balẹ̀kẹ́lá kó bá tún ọkàn wọn ṣe àwọn tó bá kọ̀ tí wọ́n gba títún ṣe kọ́lọ́ kó tó àṣírí wọn síta kọ́lọ́mọ balẹ̀kẹ́lá kó wá gbà wọn Ọlọ́run Ànábì ní inna Allaha la yumli lizalimi hatta idha akhadahu lam yuflitu Ọlọ́run balẹ̀kẹ́lá máa ń dẹ ẹni tó bá jẹ́ alábòsí ẹlẹ́ṣẹ̀ máa ń dẹ ẹlẹ́kẹ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀ bóyá yóò túbá tí ò bá wá túbá Ọlọ́run wa tàṣírí abẹ́lọ́mọ balẹ̀kẹ́lá tí wọ́n gba túbá tí wọ́n gbọ́rọ̀ tọ́rọ̀ yẹn ò ṣe wọ́n láǹfààní kọ́lọ́n kó tàṣírí wọn kó sì jẹ́ kí orílẹ̀-èdè yìí kó yege tó ń ti ìbàjẹ́ tí wọ́n ń ṣe Allahumma rabbana alayka tawakkalna wa ilayka anabna wa ilayka al-masir Allahumma rabbana ati nufusana taqwaha wa zakkiha anta khayru man zakkaha anta waliyuha wa mawlaha اللهم اجعل اجتماعنا اجتماعا مرحوما وتفرقنا من بعده تفرقا معصوما ولا تجعل فينا ولا معنا شقيا ولا محروما برحمتك يا رب العالمين اللهم ات نفوسنا تقواها وزكيها انت خير من زكاها انت ولي مولاها اللهم امنا في اوطاننا اللهم امنا في اوطاننا اللهم امنا في اوطاننا اللهم اصلح ولاة امورنا برحمتك يا رب العالمين واجمع قلوبنا على الحق المبين اللهم اجمع قلوب المسلمين على الحق المبين وانصر عبادك المؤمنين في كل مكان وعز الاسلام والمسلمين واذل الشرك المشركين ودمر اعداء الدين من اليهود والنصارى وصل اللهم على سيدنا محمد وعلى اله واصحابه وازواجه وذرياته ومن تبعه بإحسان الى يوم الدين سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد ان لا اله الا انت نستغفرك ونتوب اليك سورة العصر كافرون رواليتي بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Now ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá wa show àwọn crew wa àwọn tó ti wà nídìí iṣẹ́ tí gbogbo ẹbí ń dún tó ẹ̀ látòrí the head of the crew Alhaj Engineer Abdulaziz Adilopo webmaster Salam alaikum the national president international IT we thank all our viewers from all TV centers and then interactive session. That is our chairman. Alaji Abdulaziz. You can see that both the national distance.
Nice, fine boy.
You can also see that here. That's the boy. Likewise, and also you can see Alaji Hussein, Guru International. And you can see the CG. And we are not here alone. We have to be protected. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Barakallah.
Must be banai. Come to banai. I see you.
WhatsApp. Ayé sọ̀rọ̀ náírà ẹ̀pẹ̀lẹ̀ àwọn ẹ̀rọ ayé sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀pẹ̀lẹ̀ sà ọlọ́run gbà wọ́n.